Hi, my name is Madison Heisler. I am the owner of Fern and Lily Fine Gifts here in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, and I'm speaking to Novantum today on what it is to run a business.
So hello, Madison. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi.
I think we'll just pop into, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I have a background in web development and graphic design. I did that for 10 years, and COVID was kind of a little bit of a blessing. It shook the world up, and it made me realize that that's not really what I was enjoying doing. Felt I was sitting in front of a computer screen and not really connecting with people. I mean, my nickname as a kid was Chatterbox, and so that just goes to show you of how much I needed to talk to people in a day. And so I've spent the last couple years trying to figure out what that meant. And I happened to talk to a guy, and he said, yeah, we're selling our gift store. And I just thought it was so charming, and then I kind of went down a rabbit hole of what if I bought the gift store? That's where I am 9 months later, having owned a gift store. I'm heading into my first Christmas season, and March 1st will be my first official year.
What's the story behind your business?
Picking a business name is the hardest thing to do because I didn't want to write Madison across the big window up front. And we threw a couple names out, and I brainstormed with my parents. And I threw a name out there just off the cuff. I said, what if I called it Fern and Lily Fine Gifts? And Fern and Lily are my two grandmothers. And I said, what if I did that in honor of them? And I made a gift store that felt like walking into one of their homes. And then that just created this whole conversation around, okay, this could be the branding, this could be how we approach people, this is how we talk to people, this could be all about the business. And in a matter of a couple hours, we had mapped out our entire business plan about how to create this beautiful, warm, inviting gift store for our community, which is something that they craved.
Absolutely. And you spoke about how much of a necessity it was for you to have a local business. Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, I grew up here in Maple Ridge. I moved away to Vancouver for a couple years. I lived with my sister in Burnaby, and it was hustle and bustle, and it was, Halloween was the epitome of that. You know, you go trick-or-treating door to door, and you know your neighbors, and you don't really get that in a big city. So I moved back in the middle of COVID, and I just saw that Maple Ridge and small town there's a community that you don't get in bigger cities, and you start to notice that everybody goes here to get their meat, and everybody knows Sandra at the floral shop, and everybody knows where to go get their this, that, and the other thing. And that's what small town communities are. You go support your friends and your neighbors and their passions, and it really drives a community because the local business owners are the people who are going, oh, hey, we can give this raffle to a sports team who is raising money to go on a trip, or we can do this ladies' night in order to help the people in our community that are struggling. You don't get that with a big conglomerate corporation like Superstore or Walmart who's literally four businesses over from me. It's like Walmart's not going to donate to a local sports team or a charity in our community, but I am.
So walk me through some of the challenges that you've gone through with starting a business.
So I was fortunate enough to buy a business. I chose that instead of starting from scratch. I had a set budget that I was able to get from the bank. I bought the store with a very small number of products in here. I was very fortunate enough to have bought this business. I got a very set budget from the bank, and I was very hit or miss on whether or not I wanted to buy this existing business and all of the inventory in this building and take over their lease, or whether or not I wanted to sign my own lease and buy my own product. Ultimately chose to buy this business. I bought their inventory, I took over their lease, I took over their Wi-Fi, and I got their email list. That was a fantastic starting point. Even though I have their email list, I don't have their social media account, so I've had to grow that from scratch, and I'm almost at 1,000, so give a girl a follow. I also have grown the email list. The more I'm communicating and talking to people and telling them my story, the story of my grandmother's, sharing an experience with somebody, making eye contact and shaking hands. So the inventory of the store was super low because it was all I could afford. Over the course of the last 9 months in owning the business, I have reinvested almost every single penny back into it. So every month I pay back what sold in the month, and then any spare penny I have, I buy more product. And that has almost been a blessing in disguise because I get to make the decisions on what Fern and Lily has in the store. I get to make the decision whether or not to continue with certain product lines. And so that in the beginning was a bit of a downfall because it wasn't as much to choose from. We were almost, I want to say 2/3 of the inventory value we're at right now. But it now more than ever feels like my store. We did paint the walls and we did install new lighting and new security system. Yeah, the beautiful things around me that I get to choose, and I get to tell my story and infuse my brand into this place. It feels a little bit like myself, and came on a day where we got new jewelry in. We were constantly getting new products for the kids department, and yeah, Fern and Lily is starting to feel like it's always been here.
So who's the community that you serve?
Yeah, I live here in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. I grew up here, and this is my community. My door is open to anybody and everybody. You need a $2 gift or you need a $200 gift. You're going to a wedding, you have a birthday, or it's raining outside and you had a bad day and want to smell a pretty candle. Like, you're welcome to come in. I love this community and I love meeting new people every single day. I get hundreds of requests to help, and I help where I can. That's just the nature of small business. But I know that I'm helping people, and then in turn, these people in my community are coming back and helping me. And the more that we support each other, the more our local economy grows.
And can you give us some advice for people who want to start a business?
It seems harder than it is. I am very fortunate enough to have a very, very lovely family. I have a very talented brother and sister, and my parents are recently retired. And so everybody kind of pitches in and lends a hand where their expertise lies.
So support.
My family is my biggest support system. They are my biggest cheerleaders. I could not have done this literally without them. My dad and I were installing new light fixtures, and my mom was helping me sort products, and my sister helped me build my website, and my brother helps me with my marketing. Support is there no matter what. Even if they weren't able to help me, I have extended family that is there to help me. I have neighbors, I have other business members in my community, literally within 5 blocks, who have come to welcome me and offer me advice. Whether I take it or not is my choice, but everybody is here to help. They're here to welcome you. Any advice that they can give, that they can pass along, because the more small businesses there are, it's a more thriving community, and our city will be better for it. If you have an idea, like, chase it, go after it. Life is too short not to. Just honestly, at the base of it, don't be scared. I could have told you a million reasons why I shouldn't have done this. I'm 31 years old and I own a gift store, but I'm so excited that I did it. So take fear off the table and chase your dreams. At the end of the day, stop working for somebody else and work for yourself. It's way more rewarding, and when you win, you get to win. And yeah, sure, you might lose, but you win way more. We're filming here today in Fern and Lily Fine Gifts on 224th Street in Maple Ridge. You can find us online at Fern and Lily Fine Gifts on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have any questions or want to see what we carry, go to fernandlily.ca.